Manosphere out here is wild. Kevin Samuels would say, you don't deserve no man like this. Brother, you was the catch in the church. You was the one everybody wanted.
At that time, I was a single mom. I don't know if you mentioned that. Single mom with 3 kids.
No biological children.
No biological children.
She had 3 children. What was the thing that made you say, I don't care nothing about that?
I wasn't struggling with it. To find a woman that had 3 wonderful children and those children would become mine, that was a bonus. I'm gonna love them just like I made them. To this day, those are my kids. I got kicked out twice.
Oh, one day
In words.
You can go. You can take your stuff and go. He said,
That's fine.
hey, you're not taking my kids.
I said, you can leave.
Wait a minute.
You won't be coming back.
Wait, now, hold on
And
now.
you're not taking my children. She wasn't the first woman that I dated. I've dated women without children.
She was the first one you married.
Because she was the right one. Having the extended part that is attached to those 3 children, which would have been her ex, that became a whole nother dynamic. And it was something that I didn't fear or was frightened of.
One day, all the kids went to school and changed their last name to Tucker on their papers. Their dad had stopped by. All of their last names were Tucker, and he said, why are the kids changing their last name? Did you do this? I said, I had nothing to do with that. Hold on, let me go get my husband.
I could take care of that.
So you did him, I bet you can. Now give you buck. All right.
I want to tell you how he handled that.
I just wanna be a certified man.
Brother, you was the catch in the church. You was the man. You was the one everybody wanted. You were the one, tall, handsome, strapping, the whole 9. And then this woman comes through.
Was that me?
Look, and then this woman comes through, right? What was it about Roz that made you say, oh yeah?
Man, God shields you from things. I didn't know all of that.
Oh yeah.
Well, really, Rosalind and I developed a friendship before we started dating, before any of that. We developed a friendship. We worked together in service in church, and it just kind of grew from there. And then it moved from, she's cool, and to, oh man, she's cool. Yeah.
What was the thing though? What was the thing that made you say, you know, I could see myself doing life with her. She could be mine forever.
Yeah, and it was the fact that she and I were friends. You know, it was like I felt very comfortable with her, you know, and that comfort turned into love, and it was good.
Did you have a list?
I didn't have a list. Yeah, I had a prayer.
Oh.
Yeah, just send me who you think I should have.
Really?
And I remember the Lord had shown me earlier in my young life when I was praying for a wife. And, you know, there's a certain look that you think, a nice light-skinned girl with the long hair. And I kept seeing a dark-skinned girl with the long hair.
Oh, in prayer?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
I kept seeing that dark-skinned girl. And I didn't even think about it at the time that we were dating. It didn't dawn on me, or it wasn't, you know, brought back to my attention until sometime later that's the dark-skinned girl that
you saw in your dreams.
That he was showing me, you know?
Wow, yeah. Wow. And for you, was it the same thing? Or were you praying, or did you just?
Oh yeah, I was definitely praying, and I, you know, being at that time, I was a single mom. I don't know if you mentioned that piece. So, being a single mom with 3 kids, I was very careful about where I invested my time.
Oh, let's stop for a minute. Can we pause there for a second?
Yeah.
Because the manosphere out here is wild. Kevin Samuels would say, you don't deserve no man like this.
Yeah.
Did you have children?
I didn't.
Single?
I had 3 nephews that I was raising at the time.
Wow, man. Yeah. So in essence, no biological children.
No biological children.
You could have picked someone that didn't have that, but you chose, well, I don't know what you chose. I know you heard God.
Yeah.
But she had 3 children. What was the thing that made you say, I don't care nothing about that? What I care about is, what did you care about? I don't want to cook the books here.
I hear you. I mean, the children were a bonus. They were a part of the deal. And I'll just be very transparent with you.
I need you to
know,
be, because when you say children was a bonus, that's amazing.
Yeah, the children were a bonus. There was a period in my life where, you know, I'd gotten some doctor's reports that said that maybe that reality may not happen for me.
Really?
Yeah. And I wasn't struggling with it. It wasn't really an issue at the time.
Yeah.
But to find a woman that had 3 wonderful children and those children would become mine, that was a bonus. It was a blessing. And to this day, those are my kids, you know. Those are my kids. They love me. There is no question about it. I love them. There's certainly no question about it. Yeah. And it's an eternity thing. They're mine forever. Yeah.
Wow,
even when we have a difficult time, which there have been a few.
Okay.
I got kicked out twice.
Oh, one day.
In words.
You can go. You can take your stuff and go. He said,
that's fine.
You're not taking my kids.
I said, you can leave.
Wait a minute.
You won't be coming back.
Wait now. Hold on now.
You're not taking my children.
So you said you can leave, but your biological children stand here with me because they mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the
conversation. That's what he told me. Of course.
That was it.
We both fell out on the floor cracking up when he said that.
Oh, you laughed?
We stopped being mad because I was like, I can't leave this man.
Yeah, Tony, come on.
The anger was over with.
Come on, Tony.
She was like, she couldn't believe I said it. And I was very, very, very serious about it.
You leave. But you gonna leave my kids here with me.
You knew that was
and you ain't coming back.
Dope stuff.
It's just us.
But you knew that was dope though, what you said. You knew what you said was fire.
No, it was just the reality of what I felt. Leave. You know.
But them kids staying here.
This was the gift that was given to me, and ain't nobody taking them away, not even you.
So you have these 3 children, 6 children, because you were taking care of the nephews. Is nephews? You got any girls?
Nephews, the 3 nephews, yeah.
And you have 3 boys.
I have 2 boys and a girl, so we have 5 boys and a girl.
That's right. I met your daughter. That's
5 boys and a girl.
She's cool as a fan too.
She is. She's tough.
What was the thing that made you two survive? Because one, I mean, me having been divorced before, remarried for the last time. Once you get divorced one time, it's nothing. It's easy to get divorced the second time.
Yeah.
But you guys stood in there. How?
Yeah. You want to talk to that?
You want me to talk to that?
I think we made a pact.
We did.
We made a pact with each other.
We made an agreement.
All right.
And it was really, for us, we took that off the table as an option.
Yeah. Divorce was not an option. And
why?
We agreed that because, well, number one, for our faith, we believed that, you know, that we were called together. All the evidence pointed to, you know, the fact that it was God's plan for us.
Yeah.
And the fact that we may, you know, get to seasons of not, you know, liking each other, being realistic.
Yeah.
We have those conversations. Yeah. I don't like you right now. Yeah. And but the fact that we made the commitment not only to each other, but we made the commitment to him. And since we made that commitment to him, we agreed to take that option off the table.
So if I can dig in a little deeper here, bro, did you know, I'm sure people told you that a single man taking on the responsibility of a wife who also has 3 children, an ex, I'm assuming, an ex.
Yeah, next.
You got to maybe deal with that or not. You don't really know. Did anybody talk you out of it? Did anybody say, oh, doc, easy?
No, actually, all of my boys, my friends, they were in my corner. Really? They all thought it was the right thing to do. Nobody tried to talk me out of it. But also, I did not have at the time, and it may have been a good thing, someone to mentor or coach me through that process. So there was nobody there except for, you know, my knee service, you know, on how to handle it.
Knee service. Don't know your knees. I got prayer.
My knees,
okay.
Prayer. Yeah. And how to address it. even conversations with my father were not really that beneficial at the time because, but just because he is who he was, So
What does that mean?
yeah, well, my father is a different kind of animal.
What you mean? My dad is too. What you mean though?
Yeah, he's very pointed to the point, strict, and you did it. You didn't ask me if you could do it, so now you deal with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, that was the conversation for years.
Oh,
He lightened up after a while.
Okay.
All of a sudden, at some point in time, we became buddies. But at that point in time, he's like, you walked into it, so now you got to work your way through it.
Hmm. And your dad and your mom, they were together?
They were divorced.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. And he was remarried at the time.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. And so nobody was like, keep your heart, 3 stacks, keep your heart. Nobody was like, hey, dog, hey, it's got to be another person, another way. No girls was like, come on, Tony. Well, we went out a couple times. You don't know let's see what God gonna do. Nobody was pulling your coattail?
Nope, not at that time, unless you know something I don't. I was oblivious to a lot of stuff.
What you mean?
I was oblivious to a lot of stuff. I have to tell you, I could be a little. I didn't see a lot of stuff.
So you're green?
In some ways, yeah, but in other ways, not.
Yeah.
But I didn't see a lot of things. So
Okay.
that kind of stuff. But there were people that were after me, I'm sure.
That woman that came to our
sure.
wedding.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew it had to be someone.
Who was she?
I love Floozy.
See, I don't even know right now who it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. It's been so long ago, but I think she lived in.
We ain't gotta say her name. Let's not say her
Yeah,
name.
we won't say names. Okay, I'll get in
but
trouble.
she was somebody that was trying to be like, hey.
Yeah.
And how'd you handle that, Roz?
I sashayed right by her.
You sashayed. All right.
And obviously it wasn't important because I don't even know who she was.
Yeah.
And I didn't at the time.
Yeah.
Man, I just, I'm staying on this, bro, because there's such a push
Yeah.
for specifically Black men.
Mm.
What should I use? Can I use the word devalue? Yeah, devalue Black women who maybe have been married before, have a child or two, or even those who decide, to get their education and what have you. And I mean, let me be clear. I'm not that guy that's like, I don't like to pander to women. I like to be honest and tell the truth, which is why y'all's story blessed me so much.
Okay.
The eligible dude in the church, a mom, divorcee, with 3 children, and she got you.
But she was cute too.
Well, okay, so but it's cute is easy. Now, I think we know cute is easy.
It is easy.
But it's the fact that you had something, and I'm coming to you because you've been very quiet. We're gonna talk about your book in a minute. We're gonna talk about your book. All right. So, but there has to be something about a woman that is beyond those type things, like how cool you are, or you don't have any children, or you just all of that's got to be something outside of. I don't even know I can.
Yeah, I don't even want to be superficial with it, but she wasn't the first woman that I dated. So I've dated, other women without children.
She was the first one you married.
But she's the first one I married.
Yeah.
And because she was the right one. She was the right one. So.
And how did you know she was the right one?
That's, some people say, I just know. I just believed that she was the right one. She was my friend. I trusted her. And I won't say that I went into the marriage with my eyes closed, because I knew that, I would have to take care of this woman, and I would have to take care of these 3 kids on top of mine. So my eyes were not closed. But those things were not a deal breaker. As a matter of fact, they weren't an issue, because honestly, they were a blessing. And getting to know her children prior to us being married, I knew that could work. And, and I prayed about it, a lot. And my whole relationship with them has been based on me believing that this is what God wants from me and that he's going to supply everything that we need in it. And there were times when I felt like maybe I'm not enough because it is a heavy burden.
Yeah.
And it was a heavy burden. There were times when I felt like maybe I wasn't enough. They would never know that. I would never share that with them.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also a time for me to reflect on my faith and say that this is what you've called me to. You will strengthen me through it and you will help me. So I spent, our early years in marriage, really seeking counsel from God on how to be the best husband, how to be the best father that I possibly could, and how to really navigate this whole dynamic of not only having, 3 new children, but having the extended part that is attached to those 3 children, which would have been her ex. Mm-hmm. So that became a whole nother dynamic. And it was something that I didn't fear or was frightened of, but it was something that I knew that I could handle. Man. I could take care of that. I could take care of that.
So you, I bet you can. Yeah. Okay, not giving you buck. All right.
Can I tell you how? I want to tell you how he handled that. One day, all the kids went to school and changed their last name to Tucker on their papers.
The kids did.
The kids. They were all now Tucker. So their dad had stopped by. He was visiting and they were showing him their work. All of their last names were Tucker. And he said, who? He almost fell out because they're all their last names. No, they're no longer this. It's Tucker. So he asked them, who made you do that?
Who made you do that?
And the kids were like, no one made us do it. We did it ourselves. And
that innocently.
Yeah, that innocently.
Not, we know this is going to hurt you, but we love you. We just
did it ourselves. So let me talk to your mother. So, he wants to talk to me. Well, okay, why are the kids changing their last name? Did you do this? I said, I had nothing to do with that. I said, hold on, let me go get my husband. So
let me go get my husband. Okay, go ahead.
I go get him. And the guys, he in so many ways mentored him. And so they did their guy talk and he said,
y'all doing too much. Oh Lord. This man, the name of the kids has changed.
We weren't aware of that.
You didn't know. Okay,
but I'm doing their homework with them, but I paid no attention to it.
But they Tuckers now.
But they're Tuckers.
Yeah. Like Chris. Mm-hmm. But they're Tuckers. Okay.
No, like Tony.
Like Tony. Come on, Dad. Get me right. Okay, so, and then he came to you with some heft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I always gave my wife respect and her ex respect. I honestly believe that God said the kids have to be whole, and it has nothing to do with how you feel or any of that. And I've had, and even I minister that to my wife, you guys may have some issues, but they have to be whole. So you can't let your pain, become their pain. I can't let, your pain become their pain. So when the kids decided to do what they did, which we were not aware, he was very angry.
Yeah.
And they were in there talking. She called me in, gave him that respect. You guys do what you have to do because he still needs to be in their life because he's just their father,
dude, bro. You just a good
he's
dude.
Their father. And when I got in there and saw, the atmosphere, I asked her to leave.
Oh,
yeah. So let me talk. Let us talk. Yeah.
So you said,
yeah,
Roz, leave.
Yeah. Let us talk.
Period. Let us talk. Okay, good.
And the conversation was really simple. My grandfather instilled so much in me. My father instilled so much in me, and my uncle instilled so much in me.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, first of all, if there's any offense, please forgive us. Roz and I had no idea that this had taken place. So please forgive us. But just so you are aware, every bit of William Tucker, every bit of Oscar Tucker that they've put in me, I'm going to put in these boys. I'm going to put in these girls. So they will understand and know what it means to be a Tucker from me. And if that's a problem, then you will need to let them know what it means to be, your surname.
Wow.
And you
where did you get that mindset from? 'Cause I would have never come up with that verbiage. God.
Yeah. I just told him, you'll have to step up to the plate. That's just the bottom line. I'm not backing off. I'm not going to stop giving them what I got. They're going to get everything that I got. I'm going to love them just like I made them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to ever stand in your way from loving them.
Yeah.
But you got to do more than have a problem with them changing their name. You got to step up to the plate and be the father that they need to be, because at this point in time, you are a little lacking in that.
Okay. But you were respectful with that, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're a little lacking in that. And so.
And he received it.
You need to, what do you want to do?
Well, then there's that, too. Yeah. But what I think is
he
interesting.
Did receive it.
Yeah. Because I think it's interesting. Maybe he didn't have, what you said, Oscar, and what's the other name?
William.
And William.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, he didn't have that growing up.
Yeah.
So he didn't even know that's something I can aspire to become.
And that may be a part of, that may have been part of the issue.
But whatever it was, man, you saw a opening, and you stood in it with your whole chest.
Yeah.
In love.
Yeah.
Man, that's a pivot I want to take real quick about soft power.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times we think, as far as men are concerned, it's the hey, it's up, Sometimes you can say something in love, direct, and it'd be just as powerful, if not more powerful, than you saying, man, I knock you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what I'm seeing from you, bro, is that you are, from all estimations, you're a good dude, because you had people in your life that helped you become something bigger than yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
I can only imagine, man, what those kids are experiencing. Now, they're adults now, okay? I get it.
They are. Mm-hmm.
But what they took from that, how you guys navigated that tough spot. And I'm pausing because I'm thinking about ways that I could have done it better. But then at the same time, God blessed my kids with an incredible bonus dad.
Yeah.
So I can't even trip.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, let me tell you something, bro. I don't think I ever even said this out loud, but I prayed for him.
Wow.
I prayed for him.
Yes.
I said, Lord, I wanted her to have somebody that loved her and that was going to be there for her. But I need them to love my kids just as much.
Yeah.
And man, when I tell you she got that, they got that.
That's
so.
Good.
What's the sauce to get guys to reimagine what their forever could look like? Is there a playbook for that you can give?
I don't think that there's necessarily a playbook for it, but I think there are a few ingredients that are necessary in order for it to happen.
Break them down.
And I think the first thing is you've got to rely on someone or something greater than yourself. Because if all you have is you, then you're limited to only what you have.
Yeah.
And so I think that is definitely and was definitely one of the sources for me, being able to go in prayer to the Lord and ask. And when I say I spent a lot of time asking, how to do this better. And then the other thing I think is equally as powerful and more important is that you have to release that need for yourself. And when I say that, I'll say that so that it doesn't sound like give up yourself. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying is making sure that you understand that they are greater than your own personal need. So I was at a place where I was willing to do whatever I needed to do for them first. And then I would be second.
Hmm.
But they would always be first.
Where does your wife come into that?
Oh, when I say them, I mean them.
Everybody.
Them as a whole. And
Tony, I mean, so you have to school me on this one, because one of my challenges is when we're like a lot of the men that I deal with, man, that's all they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that they feel they value for is their utility.
Yeah.
And it's like you do so much for people, and it's like the standard becomes, well, you'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we keep our cup full first and let everybody else live off of the overflow? Like, what does that look like? Because I think there's a way of being in which you can show up and give all that you have to everybody else and you ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's also something where you can keep your cup full and it's overflowing, and now everybody else can eat and everybody's good. And everybody's genuinely good.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. And one of those things is having a home that's peaceful.
Oh.
And that peace, isn't a me thing. That peace is a us thing.
Yeah. I like it.
Roz and I, I can come home and I can rest. I can come home and I can be comfortable. And I know men, and I have people that don't feel that way. People come to our house and they walk in and they're like, wow, we don't have a fancy house, but we have a peaceful house.
Man, that's good.
We have a peaceful house. And there are other things that go along with them. And this is something that she and I had to learn. And it wasn't an easy lesson, but there are times when I needed to pull away. And so I just kind of designated the week after Father's Day is my week. That's Daddy's week.
I love it.
Yeah. Ooh, at first.
Wait a minute. What was it like?
Oh, no, I'm telling this.
Okay.
So at first, it was like, how can you go somewhere without me? And that was the reality, that we lived through. And that was the time that I had to be firm that if I can't do this, we won't last.
That's good.
I need to be able to,
Tony. That's good.
Away.
Okay, I need to ask real quick. How did you process that? Because I know when it was kind of jarring, but how did you process it?
It was kind of jarring at first. It's like, without me, you going to the beach a whole week? But I liked who he was when he came.
You went to the water. You went to the water. Already been to the water.
Yeah.
At the beach.
Yeah.
I liked the man that came back rested. And I liked the man that came back reflective. And then he was ready to be into me again, And then I was like, okay, I think I like this.
We need that.
Yeah. And then I started needing it. So then I started to. So then we just made it a thing for our marriage. He gets a break. I get a break.
Just one time a year? Or you up to more than that now?
Well, we take multiple breaks together, but one time a year is what was designated.
With the kids, when the kids were still at home, probably once a year each.
Yeah.
So you think you want to ramp it up, or you want to do another? Like,
I don't even think I can't speak for her, but for me, I don't think I needed as much as I did then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not necessarily something that I have to ramp up. I'm still content with what I have. So and the other thing that helped was not only the peaceful home and that respite, that time to get away, but then having another brother that was there to be able to talk to and to be able to pour into. And so I 3 good friends. That's all I got.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got is 3.
Same here, brother. Yeah. Well, yes. Oh no. They're listening, so I can't say. Okay.
Yep. 3 good friends, and one of those 3 friends would usually go with me, or multiple of those friends would go with me.
Yeah.
And then there were some times that we had made decisions. Hey, we're going to take the boys with us because we're going to teach the boys how to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then there were times when, nope, I'm just taking our daughter with us, and she's going. And so it's just going to be the 2 of us, Yeah. So, but that time away was important, but having those voices, to speak into me and for me to be able to release. And it was important for me that those 3 friends loved her. Because when we go out here and talk,
Yes.
I'm going to talk about why I'm mad at her right now. And when we get through talking, you can't come back to my house looking at her sideways.
That's right.
Yes.
You got to come back to my house. And they were great at that because generally the conversations would end up being, yeah, but you should have did this. But why didn't you do that? You know, so it always was a corrective time for me. She got away scot-free in these conversations. She could do no wrong, you know, no evil from Miss Grace. And, you know, we reciprocated that. I did it the same. And it always seems like the guys are always saying we're always on each other. But it was like iron sharpening iron. And it really was. But then there was always also that time where we were able to just really talk with all of the, you know, defenses down, with all of the cloaking gone. So we could be men that really just talk. Like, I'm hurting, and this is why, you know, I think I'm hurting. What are your thoughts? And not judgment or things of that nature. And it's important. It's important that you have that outlook and that camaraderie with another guy, you know, that you can communicate with, and they can get you straight, but they can also love on you. You know what I mean?
Man,
and I know that could be a scary term.
Bro, you talking good.
That they can love on you and like, yeah, you my guy. We gonna take care of this. We gonna handle it. You know, together. And you know, those three guys have been in my life. You know, all of my life. Unfortunately, I lost one 2 years ago. You know?
No.
And that, you know,
yeah, man. I know it had to be tough.
Yeah, that was rough.
Wow.
It still is.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
But the other two are still constant. You know? I call them right now, and they'll stop whatever they're doing, and we're good. Yeah.
I don't think everything that I'm feeling and experiencing, my wife should be the first one to get that, because some of it is too, for her constitution, it's too much. It ain't like she can't hear me. It ain't like she ain't there for me. She can't handle that high octane. That's why I got my boys. And when I talk to my boys, they be like, hey, okay, yeah, you need to tell her, bro, but not like that. Don't tell her like that. You know, they tell you how to say it or fix it or whatever. But I think that's very important. But in life, we change. In marriages, we change. We were just talking about women go through menopause, men go through andropause. The birth of children, the death of children, the death of parents, the whole nine. How did you guys manage and navigate the change in each other?
I think that I'll say personally, I had to readdress how I looked at the change, because initially I was looking at it, and I'll say we did counseling together too. That was important. I want to preface it by saying that there were points where we knew we needed some additional help.
Oh, you went to therapy?
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Because we knew that we were at a juncture where, you know, it was my thinking and his thinking, and we needed someone neutral that didn't have a dog in the race. And we did that. But, you know, in the middle of that too, I started seeing how what was really growing our marriage and those notches that were pushing us up were actually those things that we were going through.
Really?
It was the stuff that we were climbing together. It was when I hit hard places in my life and he was there for me. It was just he and I, and he was there, no one else. You know, I'm out of a job. I'm rock bottom, and honey, I'm so sorry. I don't have he's like, I got you. We came in this together. We didn't have a lot. I got you. You know, he went through transitions where a company closed, and baby, I got you. Whatever you got to do, we're together in this. And so some of those hard places literally pushed us up, because after you don't necessarily see it when you're in it, but after you come through it and you're still standing together, you're like, man, he was there for me during that season, you know, or that hard place. Things weren't right. They were jacked up, and he stood right there. And I think we did that for each other all the time. And it became muscle memory after a while. It became muscle memory. And it was like, okay, I'm here. I got you.
Yeah.
And we saw tremendous growth just through doing life. People call it lifing together. We saw tremendous growth through lifing together.
So the key components was like date nights, or was it the Bible study? Like, what's the components?
I wouldn't say it was any of those type things. I think
Hanging from the chandeliers. I mean, like, what did you tell me?
No, I mean, a lot of times there were times when we had to confront each other, to deal with the issues that were going on with us, and they would be my personal issues or her personal issues, and oftentimes we didn't see ourselves in the whole scenario. And my wife has a way of bringing you to the table.
Okay.
When you would rather just sit on the couch.
Oh.
Yes. We're potatoes and we can become somewhat lethargic.
What does she do? Like, give me an example.
No, she will come and stand in the door and she will make her declarations. And she will say, this cannot be like this. And for me, I could probably sit on the couch a long time and could know that maybe things are not as they should be, but I'm content because we're still in the same space together. But she's not content like that. It's got to be more than just being in the same space.
Ain't no getting along to get along.
Not with this young lady. And she will stand flat foot and say no. So I think that she has been the pivot to a lot of our growth. And I've had to really own up to that and accept it. When it happens, there becomes this time when, it becomes,
heated.
mild stormish. She says heated. But the beautiful thing about it is we grace each other with the opportunity to have that storm.
We grace each other.
We really
opportunity to have that storm. Say that a different way. That sounds so dope, though. Say it a different way. So I can get it. We grace each other to have
those storms. So once the storm is brewing and we're getting through it, we don't hold each other hostage because of the storm. We release each other. And then we both, the one thing I respect about our relationship is that when we get to that place and it's a little ugly, we both have enough sense to not just point the finger at the other one, but to look back at ourselves.
So did you learn at the same time, or was one better than the other, and then you just learned from the other, or how did that play out?
I mean, that does happen. One is better than the other, and she's better at bringing us to that point. She's really good at bringing us to that point. But then it takes time for both of us to really kind of let the situation diffuse, but also give each other time to really think through it.
Who's the stubborn one?
Who's the stubborn one?
Yeah.
Me.
Okay. So were you, hey, I was convincing. So when you wanted to get through to him, and I know that there are women that are listening.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm listening. I'm trying to figure out, because I got me a stubborn one too. Yes, Lord. No, she ain't. What is it? Tone? Is it what is it that makes you break through?
That is tone is part of it. Tone, the way you show up in that moment. Hey.
Yeah, give me a good example.
What's up?
Not necessarily something specific, but just like, unless you want.
Well, I'll give you something that I learned, I guess, halfway in our marriage, about 15 years in. Sometimes,
that's a flex. That's such a flex.
Sometimes I need to call him on the phone. I've learned that there's some times where I know he's heading home. I'm going to call him. We're just going to talk. Or there's a few times he's been at work and I just say, hey, can we talk for a minute? He's like, what you doing? And then it's like, then we just start talking. Then I'll say, I was really thinking about, this, that, or the other. And we will end up talking for 2 hours about it. And then we'll end up apologizing, or he'll end up saying, well, yeah, I've been feeling this way about it. I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't, I was just going to let it ride. And then I was like, yeah, but I could tell you were still mad about it and you didn't say anything. And then we'll just be on the phone. So I think you have to learn your mate. You got to learn them. Sometimes me just stepping up on him isn't necessarily the right thing. Sometimes I just call him. I've written him a letter to say, I felt this way or that way. Yeah. Leave it in his office. He picks it up and reads it. I don't do that much, but I have done it before when I was really mad, like I could have been throwing stuff. I was like, no, I'm going to write this down.
Could have been throwing something that was thrown.
Oh, I've never thrown
Nothing has been thrown in our house.
Ever.
Nobody's ever been. She said that I did something that I didn't do, but nobody's ever hit nobody in our house.
I believe that,
No licks.
She was tripping on the steps and I caught her.
And you caught her too hard. You didn't have to do that. That's hilarious. Man.
And we have humor too, because one night I told him to get out the bed. I was like, get out of this bed. You just go downstairs. All of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom. I go down, his legs back, arms back, his tongue's hanging out his mouth.
You fell?
No. I scream, Tony! I get down there and he gets up.
And of course, I bust out laughing.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, he got me good.
I bet he did. I bet you won't mad no more.
I bet you won't kick me out no more, will you?
I know that's right.
Come get back in this bed.
Oh, that's some good stuff right there, boy. Oh, that's so good.
We have a lot of comedic times in our home. Yeah,
he's a clown.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Come cutting up and he goes and cuts the power off in the house.
So Lord.
And that's exactly what you hear.
So the kids and everybody is like, wait.
The kids are screaming to the top of their lungs.
That Wi-Fi's down. Hey, that's what we're not going to do. Oh. I love y'all. I love that this conversation is one. It's blessing me in many ways. I'm a very, very cerebral person, so I'm thinking as I'm talking at the same time. But this is really blessing me because you don't make it, 3 decades unless you got something really, really special. And I think we make it a lot of times about the relationship. We also got to remember that each component got to bring themselves. To that relationship.
Absolutely.
And there can't nobody, can nobody make you do something.
You got to want it.
You got to want it. And I mean, it's two people
as an individual.
Yeah.
And he does this great teaching on the 3-chord strand. Oh.
Which one? I do so
remember
many
you
teachers,
talked about, like, honestly, it's that 3rd strand in this.
Yeah.
Like he said, if we had been on our own, oh, wow.
I saw that movie, Not Easily Broken.
Yeah.
They talk about that 3. But of course, it's in the Bible, but
Yeah.
I saw it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's that strand because that's the thing that makes you forgive.
Yeah.
When you don't want to.
Yeah.
And that makes you tone it down.
It's also the thing that makes you do the introspection, that makes you look at you.
Yeah.
It's easy to see, what I think may be her faults. It's very difficult for me to see mine because I'm perfect.
We cousins.
And vice versa,
Yeah.
But that's what makes us really take that look on the inside and say, Tony, really? Really, Tony?
So what happens when either one of you can answer this. What happens when you feel as though you're the one that's doing the majority of the giving? I'm going to be real spiritual. It's that season where that's just your lot. How do you navigate it?
You just do it. I mean, I know that sometimes it seems like there ought to be ABC plan to things.
Yeah.
But everything is not a plan. Some things are just actions. You just do it.
We feel so much better, man. We can control the situation.
Yep. You can't.
Yeah.
And we both learn when we're both in a very vulnerable place. I can say this, in 3 decades of marriage, we've never stepped on each other when we were already down.
That's beautiful.
Because you don't need that from your spouse.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You need your spouse to lift you up. Even if it gets hard for them, we have walked through some tough things with each other to hold each other up. And he's never belittled me. And we in reverse, we've held each other up in those really hard times. And, that makes a difference.
Well, you are a very driven person. You got an incredible job that you're working on right now. Probably a great part of your calling is just what makes you amazing. But you also have a book. And as I'm perusing through the book, it was this line. It was in the welcome that I was already slain. Y'all better bring them sheets out and throw it over me because I done fell out, But let me read this. It says, the book was shaped by years of leading in diverse environments, by seasons of clarity and seasons of fatigue. I ain't never even heard of seasons of clarity and seasons of fatigue. And by the growing conviction that faithfulness does not require constant availability or endless capacity. It requires discernment, honesty, and trust. Now, I was like, Roz, you did your good writing on that one. Tell me about it.
I learned that the hard way. I thought that I had to pour everything into everything. And I think even, there were times to the sacrifice of my family climbing the corporate ladder. He's always been there. He's always cheered me on, whatever job I was going for. You got this. You can do this.
Yeah.
I need help with spreadsheet. He's sitting me down in his office. Now you're going to learn how to do this pivot table. And he's training me on doing pivot tables or whatever. But I can truthfully say that I think the generation I grew up in, it was work, work, work. And your value was really built solely around the amount of work you could produce, whether it was in the corporate arena or the church arena, quite frankly. And you become a performer and you don't even realize it, that you are performing. And I remember the day I said to him, I don't want to just perform. I want to make sure what I'm doing is meaningful, that it's substantive, that when I leave, I've left a legacy. And in the pause, it's really about not stopping and doing nothing, because it's not about that. But it is about being a little more picky about what you choose to do.
Okay.
And if hindsight were 2020, maybe I wouldn't have taken on all the things that I did over all the years that I did them. I don't regret them, but I've learned a lesson that just large quantities of work and performance, it's not necessarily satisfaction. And it's not even necessarily the right thing to do.
So I'm learning now about the being a son versus being a servant or orphan.
Yeah.
The idea that we got to hustle for love, that we have to hustle for approval. We got to work it up. I don't know what it's like for women, but I know for men, that's a thing. That's why I was pushing back on the, hey, the doing other things. Because man, right to your point, I don't want to perform anymore. I want to be in a space where there is fluidity and there's cohesion. And for you, this is a book for women, but specifically for women in leadership.
Yeah.
How do you, in a male-dominated industry, in many of them, how do you take this pause mindset and still be able to get ahead?
I always knew where home was, but there's a sense of peace I get when I go home. I'm from Carolina too.
Oh, that's right.
When I go home, I'm just home. I won't tell you what they call me. I have a nickname when I go home, but I'm just home. I'm not performing. I'm not trying to. I'm comfortable. And the reason I'm comfortable is not just because it's home. It's because they accept me for who I am. Yeah. But then I accept that they accept who I am. And sometimes when we walk into these corporate spaces, I've had imposter syndrome for a long time. I was a young mom. And so, I wasn't the cookie cutter thing. I didn't go to Harvard and Yale. And you're sitting in a room with people from Harvard and Yale, Columbia University. And you're going, wow, God has given me a seat at this table. But in your own mind, you're challenging whether you even belong at that table. And so I've really started seeing things like home. I belong here. That's been the pause for me. I belong at this table. I was given a seat at this table. I earned my seat at this table, but I belong at this table. And then I decide what I'm going to contribute at that table.
I decide what I'm going to contribute at that table. Well, that's an interesting statement. What do you mean?
Overperforming is just really doing what you think people want you to do.
Or could it be that what's necessary, and quite frankly, I'm probably the one that can best get it done. I probably just need to go ahead and do it.
You can. It's not about work, though. It's a mindset. Because I think I'll always be, I don't like to call it a workaholic, but I think I'll always work hard because I'd like to do that. But it's just the way that I work now and the way I choose to work is different. It's different.
So the pause, P.A.U.S.E, is prayer, anchor, unplug, seek, and exhale.
And exhale.
So what does a real life example of that look like?
A real life example of that, I can tell you for me, I had a promotion to the C-suite in 2024. And my biggest celebrator right here, but that 2024, towards the end of the year in 2025, it was an incredible year and an extremely successful year. And everything that I prayed for and wanted over my career, I had reached it. You reached the C-suite, you reached it.
Yeah.
But I burnt out. I burn out trying to be everyone's answer because I wanted to be everyone's answer. And
did you want to be everyone?
Oh, I did. No one imputed that on me. But when you're in HR, a lot of times you have to be someone's answer. And then some things you can't necessarily be their answer, but you wish you could be their answer. And I'm an empath as well. So I carried a lot of things in 2025. It's good to have empathy, but I had to learn how to lay that, like, okay, I got to sit this down. I can't come home and sit in the corner for 3 hours and not want to be bothered,
Okay.
So the pause for me was...
Oh, that's so good. I just got something. Oh, that's good.
The pause was really stepping back to say, how much of this do I need to carry? And how much of this do I need to leave?
So the idea of that is like, I'm thinking I can give 100% at the gig, at the job, the work, the business, whatever.
Yes.
But what do I have to give when I go home? And quite frankly, I need to be able to give something there that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is, beneficial for everybody that's there. And I can't give, let's say, for instance, they need 30%. Then guess what? This can't get more than 70. Can't. And I never thought about that until this moment.
Yeah. Home was, my husband's graceful, and we're at a stage and age in our lives where we just love watching each other grow. So he's never fussed about it. But I probably missed cooking too many dinners over the year. And, he's pretty, he's real self-sufficient.
Good thing I can cook.
Good thing he can cook.
Come on.
Good thing he can cook. A lot of nights, he made dinner for me and I came home and I was really grateful. But when you've crossed the line, when you cross, there's something in you that lets you know when you cross the line. It's that third chord. It'll say, oh, you crossed the line. And then my mother, when she was alive, you make dinner for Tony? It's like, Tony, Tony's good. But did you make dinner for Tony?
Ooh, I love your mama. All
she
right, mama, get her.
Oh, I loved her.
Oh,
You know what I'm
oh, she'd say, my Tony. That's what she
I
said.
bet she did.
Did you make dinner for my Tony?
Yes. Oh. But you know what it says? It says community.
Yes.
And we are here trying to do it on our own. We're trying to survive on our own. But we need community. We need books like this. Somebody that can give you another perspective and help you walk through this thing called life. So it's the P.A.U.S E is a 52-week rhythm for women in leadership. And you made it clear to me when we talked about it. This is not just your average, a daily devotional.
It's not. I can't keep up with a daily devotional. So I need it's a weekly devotional, and it's a weekly rhythm. And that works better for me because I don't need another commitment.
Ooh, there you go.
I don't need another box to check.
Even if it's the right thing to do or a good thing to do, I don't need something else that's going to go. How many of us said that out loud, though? We don't say that out loud.
Oh, we don't say it out loud. We don't say it out loud. Now, this is pastor. He's going to get me. But even in ministry, some things, I was accepting whatever. Anybody asked me to do it, I do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are in that place, but it's like, oh, let me pause. Let me think about this. Am I just doing this because they asked me, or am I really in a place where I can afford to expend this energy? Okay, so give me the framework. So, hey, Sis Roz, we need you to be over the women's prayer breakfast. You can do that? No, hit me with the framework on P.A.U.S E. How are you going to handle it? I will kindly email or text them back and say. So
the P is, and then the A, and just take me through the steps.
Oh, what the P is? Ooh, Lord, am I supposed to do this?
So
is this for me?
Yeah.
And another question I've been asking in the prayer is this for someone else? Because I'm 60. I got to know when to step away from the helm and allow someone else to drive or to come on the scene, right? I'm not going to always be here. We're in the back half. And so that's the prayer. The anchor is really when I become solid in my decision. It's like, you got too much going on, or you really need to be focusing on this. So this is going to detract from this. So, okay, I'm good. And and then I just began to focus on the fact that I don't always have to say yes. I don't have to be a people pleaser. I am a people pleaser. I used to be a people pleaser.
Yeah, no.
And stepping away from that. And then, of course, when I make the decision, getting to the E is just like, I have a piece that, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I kindly, regretfully say, this is not the season for me to do this. But I believe there is someone else who can. Sometimes I suggest another person, or I'll say, do you mind if I ask someone else? And I'm okay with that.
And it doesn't matter how bad they need you to do it or how well or easily you can get it done. It's just, I'm still going to pause this.
I am going to pause.
Do we pause everything?
No. Absolutely not.
I mean, for every decision, do you go through this framework with every decision, or how do you do it?
No, I think things with family, the kids, and he'll take you the grandkids. Now, I am starting to pause a little bit more with the grandkids.
No, you're not.
A little bit more. Oh, yeah, a little bit more with the grandkids. But not with every single thing, but definitely getting better.
The whole concept of pause and from my perspective, standing on the outside, watching her go through this, one of the things that I thought was tremendous is the way she was going through that whole dynamic and great opportunities coming her way and stepping into those opportunities. And she recently had to make the decision to maybe step back out of some of those opportunities in particular, because it was a great thing. I mean, I enjoyed her doing it because I benefited from it.
You really like the perks, yeah.
The perks. Yeah. But I'll let you.
Yeah, I was elected to this national board. And it was, almost 2,000 individuals. I was voted in as president. I chaired this national board. So we traveled all over the country. You know, I'd be in Seattle, in Denver, in Portland, in San Diego, San Francisco, wherever. I'd just be all over. And at the end of the year, I heard God just say, this isn't sustainable. This is not sustainable. Because I was complaining to God that I was tired.
Okay.
And he said, I didn't impute this on you.
Oh.
You chose this.
Oh.
You chose this. And I like, well, it was a blessing. You know, 1,500 people voted for me. I mean, who does that? And I'm chairing board meetings.
You should be grateful. You should all of the things.
I'm stepping in here. I'm the president of this organization. I'm running the board meeting and calling the vote. And God said, that's what you chose. But I knew it wasn't sustainable. Not for my body. I was. You
was tired.
Knees limping, every other, you know, I was traveling a lot. You know, and he didn't mind and I didn't mind. He'd go with me sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes
I take my sister, sometimes I take my daughter. But I really had to make a hard decision to step away. And I do, in some ways I miss it, but I'm really grateful that I made that hard decision. It was really hard to step away from being president of a national board.
Okay. But you did because it was the right decision to make.
It was the right decision to make because I'm supposed to be leaning into this. So sometimes the busy stuff isn't that it's bad stuff. It's just that it's other stuff. And I needed to be focusing on this stuff. I needed to be focusing on the pause.
Yep.
Does it feed you? Does it feed you? I'm not talking about, let's say financially, whatever, but it doesn't, it's not a deficit when you do this kind of work.
No.
Or the ministry.
No.
It does feed you?
It does feed me, absolutely.
Okay, well then there you go.
Absolutely. The national board stuff, it was an unpaid board role, but it was very high profile. Very, very high profile.
Okay, well, God bless y'all. Right.
But it's being able to, but you got to know that it is your season to step away from something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to step away to do nothing. It was stepping away to do the right thing at the right time.
Okay. So 2 things I want to do, and we'll wrap it up. One, talk to, if you don't mind, that woman who she is handling everything because she believes she has to handle everything. Ain't nobody else to do it. Something got to be done. I'm the one that's available to do it. Ain't nobody else available. How does she pause?
For me, definitely in the work world. I'll say in the home life, he does everything at the house. But in my work life, I had a lot to prove. I had a lot to prove. So I first had to really figure out, what does Roz have to prove to Roz? And have you finally gotten there? Have you proved it? And I would venture to say, yes, I have. Over almost 4 decades of being in the workforce, I think I've proven myself. And I've held up systems, structures, organizations. I've helped organizations be super successful. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way. I say that way. I say that in a way that it was what I wanted to do because it was my reputation. But somehow you always constantly, like a snowball, you want to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and better and bigger and better.
Yeah.
How sustainable is that? And then when do I start passing this stuff along? I don't want to work until I'm 70.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, I have hopes of not too far down the road retiring at some point. I'll continue to work, but...
You scared to even say the number. Listen, look at you. Look at you. Look at you.
But I would, so back to your question, I really had to look at what was in here.
Okay.
And what was driving the drive, because I was very driven. I'm still very driven.
What was driving the drive? That's good, Roz. Oh, that's good.
And I think a lot of it may have been, my upbringing. I had chances that so many in my family didn't have. And I still feel, and I felt a strong commitment to that. I had chances my mother never had. And she was so proud that I had broken the mold of the family.
Yes.
And so a part of that was just, wanting to continue to make my family proud, and I know they're proud of me. But after a while, I think you start competing against yourself.
Yes.
And it's good to raise the bar, but you have to get to a point where you're not constantly raising the bar. Maybe you switch, course, and you're sort of moving in a different direction, and you're bringing people along. And so my mantra now, honestly, in the workplace, I'm still very driven, but I'm driven to bring others along, because what I'll say to teams are, I won't always be here. We think we're indispensable, that we're always going to be around. Whatever environment, even with my grandkids, I want to teach them everything that I can so that when I'm not here, that they have that lesson that grandma taught them. Nana, they call me. Same thing at work. Who am I empowering? Who am I passing this stuff on to? Versus just containing it all here. That's part of the pause.
Yeah.
It's like, pause, who could do this better?
And I believe God will send people into your life. I mean, I've prayed. I mean, I've had deficits in my life for a very long time until I prayed about it.
Yeah.
And then when I prayed about it,
now
they show up. Now it shows up. So I think that's very important. What I would say to that lady, and I say this a lot, that sure, a lot of stuff needs to get done, and you are the one that probably is best to do it, or the one that's available to do it. But I'm gonna ask you this one question. I know it needs to get done, and I know it's important for it to get done. You know that you feel like you got to do it. But who's gonna do it when you're dead? Who's gonna do it when you're dead? Is it gonna get done? Maybe, or maybe not. At the end of the day, we make stuff so much bigger than what it really is. I got to get off the throne, man. It ain't but one Lord on the throne. We got to get off the throne. We are not gods. Okay, so that's what I want to say. That just jumped on me. So I'm going to close with this. Real situation. Got a DM. A couple been married for 5 years. I feel like he married somebody that he really wanted, and probably was maybe a little bit out of his range. He married up. Okay, say that. But he has a job, but he feels like he's got to take care of everything, which is fine. Cool. She has a job too. She makes good money. He makes good money. He doesn't have good credit. When they got together, her credit was borderline, but now that they've been together for 5 years, it's excellent. They want to make a purchase, but she said, you cannot use my credit because I don't want you messing up my credit. I don't have the answer for that, so I'm asking y'all 3 decades.
That's an interesting scenario, but it's a real scenario.
Oh, it's a real scenario, and they're married, by the way. If I didn't say that,
Well, the real point that has to be addressed is why she feels that way. What has he done that causes her not to have trust in his ability in that area? Doesn't mean that she doesn't trust that he can't provide. But when he provides, is there something that's going on that causes her not to be able to trust what he does with what he provides? And that has to be looked at from both angles, because he can't be dogmatic and say, I'm married to you, I love you, you should give me that part of you, because he shouldn't feel like he has the right to take that from her.
Well, we're telling his story. I'm telling his story based on his angle. But per him, her credit got there because he was making payments.
Mhm.
He took care of her stuff.
Yeah.
Because he always felt like there needed to be somebody in the house strong enough with good credit so that if one ain't right, then the other can be cool, whoop-de-whoop. So when she said that to him, it threw him for a loop.
I can see
Obviously,
that.
he's the one sending the DM. So it threw him for a loop. And he's got all kinds of thoughts. Man, is she planning to do something else? I mean, if we told to be together forever, I mean, we need to get out of this house. And I want to use her credit. We need to use her credit. And she's like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
You're the man, you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, but either way it goes, it's really disheartening that they've got this situation where someone, even if he's helped, that she doesn't trust him with that. That's
so good.
That's really,
you boiled it down to trust.
Yeah, that's really an issue, and realistically, maybe they both need to do some soul searching. Because if she doesn't feel that she can trust the person who's helped her get to that point, and he's not at that point because it sounds like he probably could have raised his own standard.
Yeah. But this is his story now. So
this is his
she
story.
may have a different situation.
Story. But I would suggest to them that they would work together with, like my wife said, a third party that could pull out, what those hidden pieces are, because obviously there's something else going on there.
Yeah.
And she's probably not saying, just, sometimes the easy answer is no. I'm not letting you use it. But there's so much more to that no than just, no, I'm not, because as my husband said, that's trust. And it is also not, part of marriage is you take risk in a lot of ways. Part of relationships is we do take some risk. She's not willing to take that risk with her husband. We made some moves. He's like, you with me? I'm like, oh, Lord, hold on. You with me? Okay, we're going on this ride together, and I ride with him. Yeah. And Lord, it get bumpy sometimes, but we make it over the hump. So I think she maybe needs to challenge what she's afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have such binary decisions sometimes when it's not either this or that. It can in some cases be this and that. And I think about it as you guys are talking. Okay, I'll do it. You typically are the one that's handling the money for this season.
Yeah,
I'm gonna handle it because I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Now, granted, but if you could have handled it, then you could have handled your own credit and got it right. But that's a whole nother Oprah for another show. I just want to say that. But I think that, it's probably a mixture of things. But I want to say, man, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Oh. You Tony, man, you all right with me, bro.
Same here.
Thank you. You're a solid dude. I think men can learn a lot from you because when I see you guys talking, I see a foundation for her grace to lay upon, and it just makes everything better.
Yeah,
makes everything better. And I see her with her touch that you with your masculine energy, that feminine kind of bring you out of into spaces you probably wouldn't have never went.
Definitely need it.
Look at y'all. All right. All right, family. I appreciate y'all for joining us. If you want to get this book, how do they get this book?
It's available on Amazon. And if you'll just type in the pause, ... the pause, Roz G. Tucker. Grab it on Amazon.
Love it. All right, family. Until name of the church, Shout Out Church, Renew Church.
Marietta, 40 Dodd Street.
40 Dodd
Street, DODD.
And the times and all that.
And we're there at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings.
Okay, good, very good. You be preaching the house down, huh?
Have we preached the house down?
You be preaching right.
Every 6 months.
I insist every
bring it back in. Okay, I got you.
That they hear my other half.
There you go. That's good stuff, man. Listen, family, I love y'all, and remember, don't just strive to be a man. Strive to be a certified man because it's available for you, and you can become the best version that you can be, and you can change just generations. Like wherever you are right now, if you just make a decision, do and be something different. Generations can change because of that decision. Love you. I thank you. Man up.
I just wanna be a certified man. I just wanna be a certified man. Certified man. I just wanna be a certified